Game number 2 between the Tampa Spartans and Newberry Wolves. Connor Moore joined by Alex Kirsch. Thanks for tuning in. The Wolves defeated the Spartans 3-1 behind a masterful 7 innings by Daly, 7 strikeouts, top minor. Both aces went the distance. And leadoff runner will be on. That's Paige Meyer for Newberry. Alex, let's get to know the Wolves of Newberry. Let's meet the starting lineup. Yeah, Price taking over for Wright, who's the designated player, as well as Eaton, who you were getting to, taking over for Glens. But similar lineup. 0-2 count on Barney Castle. Southpaw at the plate, center fielder. In the first game, she was 1 for 3 with the walk. And the pitch on its way, Chopper. On over to second. They get the runner at first, advancing to second, Meyer for the first out. Let's meet the Spartan defense from left to right. Lauren Reyes, Miranda Perez, Lexie Chevallier, that's the outfield. Bailey Phillips at third. She's joined Steph Ballmer at short. Alexa Russo at second. E.J. Jansen at first. Maddie Farrell is catching for Mariah Galehouse. Pitch outside. The number 3 hitter, Teddy Dunn. Alex, we saw Teddy Dunn take a fastball off the left shoulder facing Corinne Miner. She is wearing some extra padding on that left arm. Discuss how the Spartans, how imperative it is for them to get out in front early. They won both games yesterday, 4-0 and 2-0. Just getting the lead and then working from there in the circle. She gone. The off speed to perfection, that time by Galehouse for her first strikeout of the contest. Here's Haley Simons. Second straight game she's batting cleanup. Playing first base. The 0-1. Change up in there for a strike. And the 0-2. Chopper to third, just foul. We'll do it again. And the pitch. Into right field. There'll be a throw to first. And beating it out is Simon.
And a run will score. Newberry takes a quick 1-0 lead. That ball just found soft little gap between Jansen and Russo. Just like that, the Wolves up 1-0.
The RBI credited to Haley Simons. What do you think about the decision? Chevallier almost gunned down Simons at first.
Going for the third out. Definitely seemed like when the runner there, Meyer, was rounding third, they had a chance to throw her out.
There's an 0-1 count now on Davis. That one, hot shot.
Hit hard, bobbled.
Russo keeps it in front and makes the play. So the side retired, but not before the Newberry Wolves get on the board. They score first. Spartans coming to bat on Tampa Spartans.tv.
What do you get when you take your favorite food and stuff it inside a pocket of homemade dough? Cooked perfectly until golden brown. It's a mouth-watering empanada from Mr. Empanada. No one makes a better empanada. Take Ted Webb's word for it.
Almost as good as my mom used to make.
Check out our website for a location near you. MrEmpanada.com.
Welcome to the University of Tampa. My name is Tucker Whitman and I'm a junior marketing major here at UT. Today we're going to look at some of the highlights of our beautiful Riverside campus here in downtown Tampa. We'll start at Plan Hall. This historic building was opened in 1891 as the Tampa Bay Hotel and now serves as the main academic building here at UT, with 4 floors of classrooms as well as faculty and administrative offices. Next up, the Vaughan Center, the hub of campus life and activities. This multi-purpose building includes the campus bookstore, our primary cafeteria plus an additional food court, a theater, as well as offices and meeting rooms for student organizations. The Vaughan Center is also one of UT's residence halls, providing 5 floors of student rooms. Morsani Hall is another residence hall here at UT.
Welcome back, Spartans. Coming to bat, it's Lexie Chevallier in the bottom of the first inning. Alex, what has Lexie Chevallier meant to this team, being the staple, one of the best hitters in the lineup, and a reliant bat? First pitch is upstairs.
See what Chevallier does here. Top of the order. Last season, she kind of fluctuated, hitting 5th, hitting 6th, and then Coach Kander decided to put her up in the 1 spot. More of a power bat to lead off. Not known for a speed option, but had a few stolen bases a year ago. But it's a new year, 2020, and exciting things for this roster.
The 1-1 outside. Yeah, it is. I mean, this is a team, a lot of new faces, but some also key returners that can help guide the youngsters. But this is a team that could be dangerous once the season gets into full swing. Pitch is low, 3-1. Mentioned Chevallier did not record a hit in the first game, but she did draw 2 walks. And she's one more pitch outside the zone from doing just that, and it's inside for a strike. Borderline pitch, count moves full.
You do see an improved poised and maturity at the plate for Chevallier. Last season, she had 3 walks the entire year and almost matched that total just last game, and takes their strike 3, the punch out.
Too close to take. Down goes Chevallier for the first out.
But you do see a different approach now from Chevallier, where in the entire year, a season ago, she had 3 walks, had 2 before, and that mentality of I'm the first man up, I need to get on base to provide a runner for my teammates.
That'll bring up Stephanie Ballmer. Steph was 0 for 2 in the first game. What are you looking for here for this at-bat for Balmer with the infield in at the corners.
Balmer's hitting hasn't necessarily been respected by other teams. However, she was on the All-SSC team a year ago as a shortstop, mostly for her defensive acumen, but she's not known for her power, but has the ability to get on base, change the game with some clutch hitting. And with this Tampa team early in the year, it's going to take one of these younger players to really be the spark plug of lighting up this offense. Absolutely.
And Alyssa Ball, we saw her warming up the tail end of the first game while Celeste Daly was dealing, but the junior from Magnolia, Delaware, she was one of the big returners as well as Daly to this pitching staff for the Wolves. That one hit right back to her. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Miranda Perez batting third. Should say Corinne Miner. Not sure why. On our StatCast, for whatever reason, Corinne Miner, back-to-back games, playing hard to find on the stat sheet. But she's batting third again. And Corinne, she pitched a complete game, had a walk at the plate, and did a nice job in the circle. She had 2 hits given up, 3 unearned runs, struck out 6 across 123 pitches. Swing in there, hot shot down the third baseline, foul.
Every batter in the lineup for this second game is right-handed for the Spartans, going up against a right-handed pitcher.
Miner playing center field. Trading places with Galehouse. Galehouse played center in the first game while Miner was in the circle. 2-1 is the count. 2 down. Make it 2-2.
Got on top of that ball there, but seeing it in all the way.
Payoff pitch on its way. Sky, center field, ranging over, making the play is Barney Castle. We've played one at Namoli Family Stadium. Stay right with us. Wolves coming to bat.
What do you get when you take your favorite food and stuff it inside a pocket of homemade dough? Cooked perfectly until golden brown. It's a mouth-watering empanada from Mr. Empanada. No one makes a better empanada. Take Ted Webb's word for it.
Almost as good as my mom used to make.
Check out our website for a location near you. MrEmpanada.com.
For 42 minutes, he's been trying to bring an entire stadium to its feet.
You missed it, buddy.
Why does he do it? For glory? Notoriety? We don't know. Frankly, we don't need to know. But much like this hero, Courtyard is all about the game.
1, 2, 3. Whoa, there's my guy. Yes. Go. Snacks? Yeah, man. Eat it up, and we're going to burn it off doing the...
Welcome back to the University of Tampa. We played one in the second game of a doubleheader between Newberry and Tampa. Spartans entered the day 2-0 after defeating the Arrows of Ursuline. They dropped the first game 3-1. Were unable to do much against Daly. Miner pitched well. And now Alex, looking at Galehouse, after seeing her go through and get 3 outs, trailing by 1, what do you expect to see here in the second inning?
For the young freshman, this is really going to be a key inning to see if she can reestablish herself and not give up any runs here after giving up the first earned run of her collegiate career. She went 6 innings, no earned runs. last night against Ursuline. Just to get out this first batter is huge. She will right there, and no, she will not.
Russo did a good job getting to that one. He was just unable to transfer over to Jansen.
That's going to be an error on Jansen on the drop.
So the leadoff man is on for the Wolves to start things off in the second. Here's Emma Price.
Setting up for a sacrifice bunt here to move the runner. Let's see if she pulls. She does. Check down to first.
As we look ahead, 4, 5, 6, Galehouse, Farrell, Phillips for Tampa.
Farrell likes to throw those snap throws over to first base. Keep the runner honest. This time the bunt's laid down. Good bunt. Runner going over to third. Caught in the middle.
They got to run
and
down.
And she is trapped and tagged out by Balmer. That's going to be a double play.
Nice defensive work by the Spartan infielders.
Smart job by Jansen. She made the error over there at first, but heads up play, throws it over to third by noticing the runner getting a little greedy.
Got a little bit
tags
too
out
far,
Davis, yeah.
A little too far off second base, and then was in no man's land. And the Spartans able to record the out. Let's take a look at our game time weather presented by Team One Sports. It's 63 degrees, partially cloudy. We got 9-mile-an-hour winds from the northwest. 2 down. In at the corners for the Spartans for Wagaman. She was hitless in 2 plate appearances in the first game. Swing in there, Russo fields, throws to Jansen, retiring the side 1-2-3 inning for Galehouse. We played 1.5. We'll be back after this.
Welcome to the University of Tampa. My name is Tucker Whitman and I'm a junior marketing major here at UT. Today we're going to look at some of the highlights of our beautiful Riverside campus here in downtown Tampa. We'll start at Plan Hall. This historic building was opened in 1891 as the Tampa Bay Hotel and now serves as the main academic building here at UT, with 4 floors of classrooms as well as faculty and administrative offices. Next up, the Vaughan Center, the hub of campus life and activities. This multi-purpose building includes the campus bookstore, our primary cafeteria plus an additional food court, a theater, as well as offices and meeting rooms for student organizations. The Vaughan Center is also one of UT's residence halls, providing 5 floors of student rooms. Morsani Hall is another residence hall here at UT. In addition to housing approximately 450 students, this building offers another selection of eateries as well as a small grocery store. Now let's check out the Sykes College of Business. This academic building houses classrooms and faculty offices for UT's undergrad and graduate business students. This building also has a real-time stock trading room. Right next door is the Sykes Chapel for Faith and Values. This gorgeous interfaith chapel.
Welcome back to the University of Tampa. Mariah Galehouse trying to help her own cause. She's pitching in the circle, also batting cleanup. Alex, let's talk a little bit about the Tampa tennis team. They were in action hosting their tournament this weekend.
Yeah, first of all, if this is your first time listening to this broadcast of myself, Alex Kirsch, and Connor Moore, thank you for joining in and listening. Or if you are a return listener, we appreciate it because fans like you allow us to do jobs like this at the University of Tampa. This year at the University of Tampa, we will be increasing coverage for Spartans tennis, which is just outside the top 25 in the preseason rankings, and they put up a good showing in some matches against Florida Southern today. You can follow them on Instagram at UT Tennis, along with on Twitter, and keep up with all updates on TampaSpartans.com. You'll get some good content and see a sport that we haven't shown too much before.
It's such a great sport. I mean, talk about the impact it has globally. I mean, how many international players are on the tennis team? Quite a bunch, yeah.
Best player on the team, #1 singles, is from Belarus, and got some players from Italy, and
there's took a wicked hop, and Galehouse on board with the leadoff single.
Galehouse 0-2 with a walk, gets on base there. First hit of the afternoon. Up the middle, took a bit of a awkward second bounce there.
And Galehouse runs well. Had the play even been fielded by Wagman, was not a guarantee to get her. Here's the bunt.
Farrell with the bunt. It's a good bunt.
Successful. Advancing to second. This will be the first opportunity of the game for the Spartans with a runner in scoring position.
Saw Garrett Hall starting to round second, and Coach Canner taking no chances there, putting up the stop sign. Holds her right there, but Farrell does her job. Now this is really going to be the key for the Spartans, is can Bailey Phillips in this runner and scoring opportunity get a run to come in, only down by 1. Last year the Spartans had the luxury of having Sam Worrell, who was a transfer from USF. She led the team in RBIs. It's not with the team this season, and we'll see if Phillips in her junior year can pick up on the RBI count total. She really is the premier power hitter in this lineup.
1-1, 1 on, 1 out. Galehouse at second, Phillips at the plate. Ball delivers, that one.
Ball up high, looked like a ball. Swung at it.
That was off the wrists of Phillips.
Behind in the count now, 1-2. We'll see. The ball goes for the changeup here. She was a little bit behind even on the fastball. Maybe just not seeing it all the way, and fastball down.
Cannot help but notice, look at these crows over here, Alex, that are hovering around the ballpark.
Everybody wants to see this game. Birds are out. Maybe we just couldn't see them yesterday with all the clouds and rain.
The 2-2. Fouled off. Scott Johnson, the crew chief, switched it up with Scott Boswell, who was calling balls and strikes for the first game.
Yeah, you aren't able to tell in the broadcast, but could be a distraction for the fielders, just having a flock of birds above them when they're trying to go catch a ball.
Speaking about surrounding things to deal with, how about the shadows?
Shadow coming in on third base, and a little bit of one at the plate, but not enough to hinder with the batter. Last time we saw a full count, Lexie Chevallier took a strike 3. The runner on second, an open base. I would expect to see a pitch out of the zone this time.
And the 3-2.
Ball inside, tipped away.
Yeah, quality at bat. Making ball work here. And
Ball kept her pitch count low in the first couple innings. Now she's up to 20.
Galehouse at second, Phillips at the dish. The 3-2. Fouled off again.
Hit her on the leg.
On deck, Alexa Russo. Did not start the first game. Came in to pinch hit in the 7th. Long look from Ball into Eaton.
Ball's working that inside half of the plate. Not giving Phillips anything she can really extend her hands out to.
Yeah, quick hands by Phillips. Nothing inside is getting by her.
Yeah, surprised to see with where the pitching is going that the defense isn't a little bit more shifted to left field, and Jess gets the call there. Strike 3. Phillips expecting another ball inside, goes high. It's called looking.
So Russo has an opportunity now. Second chance for the Spartans with a runner in scoring position.
Ball wins the chess match with Phillips. Galehouse out there on second base. Spartans left 6 runners on base. in the first matchup.
Base hit ties the game. Just foul. A little early on that swing, but got a great break on the ball, and you could tell Ball got away with one there. That was a fat pitch.
Yeah,
That
2
was very
strikes.
hittable. 0-2. Ball against Russo. Here in the bottom of the second, outside.
Eden tried to frame it. 2 outside for her to get any discretion from chief umpire.
And the payoff, outside.
Changed up there, got away from her. Put it in the dirt. Pass ball here would not hurt the Wolves.
The 2-2. Chopper in the hole, going to be a tough play. And I think the right decision made by Teddy Nunn there to let the runners advance, because if you draw a throw there, only bad things can probably happen, as a nice at-bat by Russo, runners on the corners for the Spartans.
Russo gets the good bounce there, inside hit. With a little bit of a colder weather it's been the last couple of days for Tampa, the balls are starting to bounce a little bit more on the dirt than we're used to seeing.
First pitch in there for a strike.
We'll see with the way that the balls are bouncing in the infield if fielders just try to take them right off the hop instead of letting the ball come to them, as was the case there. And that's inside and fouled back by Reyes. Two strike. Crucial pitch here with the runners on the corner.
Ball delivers upstairs. Long look. Ball to Eaton. Pitch skips to the plate, 2-2. Looking ahead, 9-1-2 in the top of the third inning for the Wolves. Eaton, Meyer, Barney Castle.
Third baseman Davis playing in for the shortstop to cover third, as if the ball were to go short.
And the pitch. Chopper.
And it goes right over to the short.
Nunn, the throw. In time for the 5-3 ground out. Working in and out of trouble is Ball. We'll head to the third.
Good defense there. 1-0, Newberry in the lead.
Freak alert! Jalen. Not like a slips into baby talk when he's feeling insecure kind of freak. Not even a whittle bit. Jalen's a freak about hand-slicing all-natural meats for every Jimmy John sandwich he makes. Look at his unfettered joy! And not just for ham. You should see him with Capicola. Thank you, Jalen. Your meat freakiness means better sandwiches for all. Freaky fresh, freaky fast, Jimmy John's, freak yeah!
Welcome back to the University of Tampa. Top of the third inning. Newberry leading 1-0. Up to the plate, catcher, number 9 hitter for the Wolves, Victoria Eaton, sophomore from Buford, Mountain View High School graduate.
First at-bats of the afternoon for her.
We saw Reagan Glanz catch the first game. First pitch from Galehouse. Low. Got a good crowd on deck. Breezy Sunday afternoon. Sunny but chilly. Quickly 2-0 on the Newberry backstop. Locating the strike zone there is Galehouse. Phillips playing in about a step and a half. Remainder of the defense playing straight up. And the delivery. Hit on over. Russo, she's been busy thus far. Another play, 4-3. Here's Paige Meyer. She singled in the first and scored the only run thus far.
Pitch count should not be a concern for Galehouse in this game, as Minor was allowed to go to 123 pitches in the first matchup.
It's been a busy weekend here for the sport community for the Spartans. Yesterday, men and women's basketball team in action in Winter Park at Rollins. You mentioned the tennis tournament earlier. We've had 3 straight days of baseball, 6 games. 6th and final game in action right now between Georgia College and Tampa. Then also this week, lacrosse will be getting going. Friday, February 7th, the women will host Alabama Huntsville, and Saturday the men will host Queens. That one ripped into left field as a base hit for Meyer. She's working on a 2-for-2 game.
Good piece of hitting there by Meyer over the head of Balmer into shallow left field. Last time she was at first in the first inning. Aggressive base running brought on by Coach Mitch Smith. See if they put something down here for her to go, and right on cue, strike. However, Meyer is a good 7 or 8 feet off the bag.
Newberry 3 for 10 thus far. With the runners on, they're 1 for 5. Served
Phillips coming in. There's a gap there, and
did she catch that?
No, that hit the ground. That hit the ground. That's going to be a single.
Would have been a remarkable catch had she come up with it. Just barely missed it. It's a base hit. 4th now for Newberry.
One area where Barney Cass could have got that ball in, hitting it soft like that and gotten a hit, was right there. Phillips came in. Balmer was a little bit too far over to the right, having to have Reyes make that diving sprint in.
Squaring to bunt, number 3 hitter, Teddy Nunn.
Interesting decision.
I was going to say, do you like that decision? I mean, if you get this successful sacrifice, there's 2 outs, runners on 2nd and 3rd for the dangerous Haley Simons.
Maybe the Wolves are just looking to do whatever they can to move runners over to maybe bring 1 run in and get their lead up a little bit. However, with only 1 out, taking that first bunt attempt and missing, putting you in a 0-1 hole, now 0-2. Seems like a good punch-out pitch opportunity for Galehouse if she can hit her spot.
What do her and Farrell come up with? Out of the zone. It was an off-speeder. Barney Castle's at first. Meyer at second. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 3rd, it's Jansen, Chevalier, Balmer, 9-1-2. And the pitch. Got her swinging. Great pitch by Mariah Galehouse. Seeing her light it up a little bit now.
Got none to dig at it. Clearly outside the zone, but she went for it, and that's smart pitching.
Miraculous pitch there. She gone. 2nd out. Here in the 3rd. And the 1-0 misses. Pitch count now nearing 40 for Gale House. Be her 39th. Behind 2-0. Catches the corner.
The 2-1. Let's see if Simons has the green light.
And the pitch.
Takes all the way. And
inside. One outside of the zone could load the bases now, so Gale House needs to be careful.
I think with the 3-1 here, and you have your cleanup hitter, you got to let her swing.
So the bases will be loaded now for Hannah Davis. Hannah Davis, remember, she got the scoring going in the first game, part of that 2-run first inning. On that ball, she hit the center, came around to score 2. And after that, the Wolves never looked behind. They won 3-1, 3 hits combined. So a pitching duel there.
Gallus went for the perfect pitch there on the outside corner, couldn't get it, and see her starting off with the off speed, and Davis just sitting on it, letting go by for a strike.
And the 0-1 upstairs.
First time we're seeing Gale House now with all 3 bases loaded.
The 1-1, just a bit low. The 2-1. Hits her target, 2-2.
Starting to see a little bit more rhythm between Farrell, the catcher, and Gale House, the pitcher. We're getting the sign. She's getting her pitches out a little easier right now, just like she does right there, and gets the important strike 3.
Wow, what a sequence there for the Spartans. Working in and out of trouble was Gale House. Jansen, Chevallier, Balmer due up.
An exciting inning, still 1-0 the score.
We're doing the wave! Take it off of me!
For 42 minutes, he's been trying to bring an entire stadium to its feet.
You missed it, buddy.
Why does he do it? For glory? Notoriety? We don't know. Frankly, we don't need to know. But much like this hero, Courtyard is all about the game.
Take it off of me! 1, 2, 3! Whoa! There's my guy! Yes! Go. Snacks? Yeah, man, eat it up, and we're gonna burn it off doing the...
We're more than just $7.99 large 2-topping pizza delivered.
Hey, B, is this it?
We're an end zone dance at your doorstep. No one out.
Play resumes in the bottom of the third. Squaring a bunt is E.J. Jansen, fouled on the third base line. Alex, the Spartans are 2 for 7 thus far. They've struck out twice. Still looking for their first extra base hit. Both teams are. What do you think the keys to victory are at this stage of the game?
I think this 1-2-3 the Spartans have right now is going to be very crucial. You got Jansen up. She can get on base. She sets up Chevallier. After Chevallier is Balmer, and Chevallier in the middle there. You get that power, and Jansen behind 0-2. She's a career .237 hitter, but hit .250 a season ago. The season in which she started all 47 games for the Spartans. Expect her to always be out there at first base. And we saw her make a good defensive play this game. Up and down so far, but let's see what she can do on the offensive side. And she is called with a late call there.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to retired Jansen for Ball. Now her third strikeout. 44 pitches, her pitch count in fine shape.
Looked like umpire Scott Johnson enjoyed calling that strike 3. Took a second for it to let it marinate and then punched her out.
The delayed call on cue, 1 down. Let's flip it to the top of the lineup. Lexie Chevallier, she struck out looking in the bottom of the first.
Chevallier scored the lone run for the Spartans last game.
In there for a strike. 1-1, 1 out. 1-0 Newberry over Tampa. Connor Moore joined by Alex Kirsch. Thanks for tuning in. Spartans softball. Entertaining 2 games. That one check swing. Able to lay off.
So far for Ball, 28 strikes on 44 pitches.
Swing and a miss. Healthy cut that time by Chevallier. She had ideas of a trip around the bases. 2-2. If you're Ball, what are you looking for here?
Looking low and in and
wins the battle, goes with the high cheese. She gone. Chevallier retired for the second time today, this time swinging. There's Steph Ballmer. Nobody on, 2 down. 2 hits for Tampa, 4 for Newberry. Fouled off. Currently, the Bobcats are leading the Spartans 4-0 at the UT baseball field. Still early, bottom of the second. The 0-1. For those of you looking for that game, can join Jack Ike, also on TampaSpartans.tv. We saw Mount Olive defeat Queens 8-5 in the first game. Mount Olive now 2-1. Queens falls to 0-3.
Two teams that are expected to have good seasons on their own right, just like the defending Division II National Championship Tampa Spartans.
In other news, the Tampa Spartans men and women's basketball team will host the Lions of St. Leo Wednesday, the Bob Martinez Athletic Center. Be sure to tune in, stop by.
2-2 count, 2 outs for number 2, Steph Ballmer, and she rips it down the third baseline all the way down to left field. Rounds into second. It's going to be a close play, and she is safe.
It was cut off nicely by Paige Meyer to prevent it from going to the wall, but the speed of Steph Ballmer pays off. It's the first extra base hit of the game.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Number 2 gets a double to bring up number 22.
With Corinne Miner stepping to the plate, Alex, how can the Spartans use that imperative rip that time by Ballmer? I mean, she got all of that pitch, and you can tell now Ball's slightly shaken up in the circle.
Yeah, I said first time Ballmer was up that maybe she was going to be the one that was going to be the offensive spark plug. Interesting for her to be in that second position. Last season, she spent most time at the top of the order or in the 9 spot, being that secondary leadoff hitter, a couple around the 8. Now she's in that 2 hole, and that's a position where you really got to get a little bit more power on the ball, and she gets a double there. Gets herself in scoring position.
Spartans knocking on the door. Ballmer at second. Corinne Miner playing center field for the game. She was pitching earlier. 1-1 count. Hit on a button to third. Right there is Davis to retire the side. Spartans get a runner on second, leave Balmer stranded. We've played 3. 1-0 Newberry.
We'll be right back.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
At Jimmy John's, we're freaks about best-in-class ingredients, so it's no wonder we announced our new 9-grain wheat sub in the middle of a wheat field. When you've got news this big, it's not enough to just add it to the menu. Where's the freak yeah in that? To celebrate a new sandwich with a taste so inspired, we introduced it in the place that inspired it. The new Jimmy John's 9-grain wheat sub, now available at a Jimmy John's, much, much, much closer to you. Wheat yeah?
Freak alert! Jalen. Not like a slips into baby talk when he's feeling insecure kind of freak. Not even a whittle bit. Jalen's a freak about hand-slicing all-natural meats for every Jimmy John's sandwich he makes. Look at his unfettered joy! And not just for ham. You should see him with capicola. Thank you, Jalen. Your meat freakiness means better sandwiches for all. Freaky fresh, freaky fast, Jimmy John's, freak yeah!
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Julia Baumhart, sophomore from Dagsboro, Delaware.
First pitch swinging to Balmer. She's out at first.
Making quick work that time. Galehouse having a nice performance this far. She's given up 4 hits, the 1 run, struck out 3, walked 1, across 50 pitches.
Brings up the 7-hitter Price. 0 for 1 today. Takes the first ball for a strike, and we'll see after Newberry had runners with the bases loaded. They're going to be able to get runners back on base, and there's on second pitch, grounded straight to Emily Jansen, steps on the bag. 3 pitches, 2 outs.
Good technique there by EJ, getting the job done. And you said it, Galehouse looking for that quick inning. Did you get it? 1, 2, 3, standing in the way, Wagaman.
When the Spartans were able to put a little bit of pressure on Ball in the bottom of the third, getting a quick inning here just makes Ball get right back out there.
0-1
doesn't give her time to think about and process what she did last inning.
In is Russo and Phillips. The 0-1 count to the junior from Greenscastle.
Tipped away quickly, an 0-2 count.
What do you look to do here? Challenge inside, maybe go away?
Dallas has 3 strikeouts.
Well, let's see.
Let's see what Farrell calls, really.
The windup, the delivery going away.
Tipped away nicely.
Forward. Just getting a piece.
Farrell got a piece. Let's see the way Farrell might set up for the same pitch again. Tipped away, we'll keep it 0-2.
And the payoff. Foul down the third base line.
Couple more feet that maybe would have snuck in by that third base bag, but
Phillips doing a good job hugging the third base line over there. Not too many could get by her with how close she's playing. We'll do it again. The 0-2. 52nd pitch from Galehouse. Spoiled.
Another foul away, so staying alive.
It's a good at-bat here by Wagaman. I mean, she is making Mariah Galehouse work. Once more, the pitch. Chopper up the middle. Balmer ranging, fielding, throwing in time. Steph Balmer showing it off. The 6'3", how about that? The ground she covered, and then once she got to it, the tremendous throw.
Proving why she is an all-SEC player with that play.
Incredible. So let's see if the Spartans can build off that. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. They trail 1-0. You're listening to TampaSpartans.tv.
For 42 minutes, he's been trying to bring an entire stadium to its feet.
You missed it, buddy.
Why does he do it? For glory? Notoriety? We don't know. Frankly, we don't need to know. But much like this hero, Courtyard is all about the game.
1, 2, 3. Whoa, there's my guy. Yes. Go. Snacks? Yeah, man. Eat it up, and we're going to burn it off doing the... Like 30 minutes.
Welcome back. We move to the bottom of the fourth inning. Mariah Galehouse looking to help her own cause. Batting cleanup. With two pitchers face head to head. It will be ball. The first pitch. Foul out of play.
Getting into the power section of the Tampa batting order with Farrell and Phillips up next.
Here's the 0-1. Outside. The 1-1. Inside.
If you were just joining us, Newberry got ahead 1-0 in the top of the first. Since then, it's been a pitcher duel through and through.
Crushed into left field. There's a base hit. Galehouse got all of that one. Quality
Very solid
hitting.
contact there, and that ball was elevated off the bat. It could have maybe gone to the wall, but instead, gets on board, gets a single.
And you mentioned that one run that was scored in the first. Seems like it was a while ago, that Haley Simons RBI single that scored Paige Meyer. Squaring the bunts is Farrell, gets it down. Sacrifice successful, advancing to second, Galehouse.
Twice now, Farrell able to lay down a clean bunt.
So Tampa should have two opportunities to tie this one up. Comes at a critical stage here in the bottom of the fourth.
Phillips was attacked in. Last time she was at the plate, let's see. Ball goes in again and just misses off the plate. Ball one.
And the 1-0. Foul. 1-1. .62 pitches for Alyssa Ball, 3 1/3. 4 hits, 4 strikeouts. No walks. 1-1. Phillips just got a piece.
Not seen any action yet today for the right fielders.
And the 1-2. Off speed. Upstairs. 2-2. And the payoff. Fouled off once more.
Rolls back to the pitcher.
Head coach Lexie Chevallier coming down the third baseline. We'll check on Phillips, make sure she's all right.
Phillips, make sure you see your coach coming. You don't want to swing and hit her.
Pivotal point in this one. Spartans hoping to split the doubleheader after dropping game 1 3-1.
The result of last game, Newberry now sits 1-0 on the season. Tampa 2-1. Playing their fourth game in 2 days.
Supposed to play Accurate in St. Pete yesterday. Those games canceled due to weather.
Able to get a pair of games in here in Tampa. Crazy how the weather works in Tampa St. Pete area where
just
that
foul.
One goes foul. We're 20 minutes away from where you are. The weather can just be significantly worse. But thankfully, our field here has been playing pretty well, and first time these players have gotten to play on the diamond.
And the 2-2 outside. Count moves full. Awaiting on deck, Alexa Russo. 9-1-2 for Newberry in the fifth. Eaton, Meyer, and Barney Castle due up. And the pitch. Chopper, foul, from third base line.
Ball is up to 62 pitches for the Wolves in the bottom of the fourth.
The 3-2 hit the third. Looking back, the runner, well done by Davis to keep Galehouse at second, and the throw over to get Phillips, 2 down.
Important play there. Confident defending by the Wolves. Quite an interesting walk-up song for Russo.
What are your thoughts on that, Alex?
Comes out to the Friends intro, and you know, she's not out here to make friends with the pitcher, but
are you a big Friends fan?
Not personally, but
no? Okay.
You know. It would be good then if Rhea's coming up, she could change her song to like Enemies by Post Malone, and we could have a yin and yang sort of situation in the 8-9, but you know, just confusing the pitcher.
The 1-1 fouled into the Spartan dugout, make it 1-2. We'll say ball, she's working. I mean, 72 pitches now.
We did see Russo, her first time up. She hit a chopper and was able to get over to first on an infield single.
Gets away, advancing to third, heads up base running Galehouse. Applies pressure now on Eaton. 2-2 with 2 outs. Anything that gets by her. Lexie Chevallier, known to be an aggressive coach over there at third base, expecting to see Galehouse maybe advance.
Galehouse at third.
Getting good at the Namoli Family Stadium. 2-2, 2 outs.
Catcher sets up outside. Pitch might have been in the zone, but I think where Eden was set up, she just couldn't get the call there. Yeah, so waiting on deck
is Reyes. I mean, that's one of those borderline pitchers. Could go either way, and Johnson did not ring up Russo.
Full count.
Grounder.
Ball on the ground.
Davis
tough throw. And
the stretch by Simons to retire the side.
Simons able to keep her foot on the bag, and Spartans yet again leaving a runner on base.
We move to the fifth. 1-0 Newberry. Live on TampaSpartans.tv.
We're more than just $7.99 large 2-topping pizza delivered.
Hey, B, is this it?
We're an end zone dance on your doorstep. No one out.
First of all, very flattered that everybody would come. Thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions before we move on?
Do you remember the girl wearing the Go Phil shirt following you around?
Yeah.
It's me.
I
It's
do.
been me on several occasions.
I started papering my cubicle with pictures of you.
Do you have a picture of this, Ryan? I mean, I'd love to see it.
I've got a mental picture of it, and
I do
it's
too.
pretty weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
I believe that I have a happy marriage because of you, because sometimes I do a little substitution, you know, just mentally.
Whoa.
But
Anyway, Mike, let's...
Welcome back to the University of Tampa at Namoli Family Stadium. 8 total hits in the contest thus far. 4 for Tampa, 4 for Newberry. Only 1 run to show for it. It's been a defensive battle, and it's also been a game where both teams have had their fair share of scoring opportunities. Yet both pitchers, Gallhouse for Tampa and Ball for Newberry, have been able to work themselves out of situations, keep this game a 1-run contest, and really is any team's chance to take it and run with it if they're able to put a string of runners together. And there's a first pitch called strike. Eden, the catcher, at the plate. Top of the 5th here.
Grounded out to Russo in her first at-bat in the 3rd. Galehouse has really settled in since that first inning. Has found her stride. Both teams with 4 hits. Chopper, Phillips there. 5-3 ground out.
It's going to bring up the leadoff hitter, number 22, Paige Meyer.
Meyer
Real
scored
speed
the 1
option.
run. Working on 2 for 2 day.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she tried to drop down a bunt as well. And she set up for it, and a little early, ball finds the outside half of the plate for a strike. Any hit here up the middle would be a base hit. And she goes up the middle. Ballmer does a good job getting over, and she is safe. Too fast by Meyer. Just a little chopper off the mound, and Ballmer a little bit over shading towards third base than her usual spot, and she was able to get to that ball a millisecond faster. Could have gotten Meyer out at first, but 1 out, 1 on.
How about Meyer now? 3 for 3.
She's doing her job as a leadoff hitter, just
and now 4 hits for the day.
Getting on base, being a threat on the base path too, just with her secondary leads after the ball is pitched, threatening to steal if anything was to go into the dirt.
She was 1 for 4 in the first game, her and Barney Castle flip-flop.
Now, last time the Wolves were in this situation and there was 1 out and Meyer was at first, they elected to use Barney Castle to lay down a sacrifice bunt to put her on second with 2 outs. This time they do not. But still at a 1-1. That is still an option for her to go for the small ball play.
And the 1-1.
Tries to go for the bunt there, and
like
trickles foul.
In between a bunt and just an in-between, not really decisive there. Just kind of poked at it. 1-2.
I love the way that Paige Meyer sets herself up at first base, ready to run. She almost gets herself down into a 50-meter sprint position.
Just a bit outside, 2-2. They'll do it for the Spartans. It'll be 8-9-1. Reyes, Jansen, Chevallier in the bottom of the 5th. And Sent on
Chopper,
over.
and it goes over the head of Phillips. Through the legs of Ballmer. If Ballmer would have got that, it would not have mattered.
Yeah, how about this? Out of the 6 hits now for Newberry, 5 of them for the top 2 hitters, Meyer and Barneycastle. I think it was a good decision there to have Meyer lead off of Barneycastle that second. They had it the other way around in the first game, each player with only 1 hit. It's been a good combination.
You can almost feel like whoever is going to win this game is going to get that one lucky bounce or the one bounce that goes to their favor.
So we see Lauren Huffman, the junior from Granite Falls, North Carolina, pinch hitting.
All the hits really coming in the infield.
This is where Teddy Nunn was hitting before. For the game, Nunn was 0 for 2.
Yeah, Nunn got Nunn taken out there in her 3rd spot.
It's 2-0 count to the pinch hitter. Galehouse regroups, gathers, looks into Farrell, and the pitch. Chopper right back to her. Ricochets
hits off her wrist.
And a heads-up job by Ballmer to get to it, as the bases are now loaded.
That's going to be an error against the pitcher, Gallhouse. The bases are loaded for Simons.
Here's Haley Simons. Pinch runner is Teddy Nunn, so she was replaced by Huffman to hit, and now she takes over to run. His off-speed pitch dropped in there for a strike.
Dangerous pitch over the middle of the plate. I held my breath for a second.
Well, the bases loaded. It's Nunn at first, Barneycastle at second, Meyer at third.
That was the second error of the day for Tampa.
This could be 2.
Chopper
They're
to
coming home. There's 1.
To
Farrell,
first.
the relay in
Gets
time.
her.
Oh, the double play. How about that? The unusual 6-2-3 to retire the side. Spartans trail 1-0.
They pulled that rabbit right straight out of the hat. Get the double play, and we're still tied.
At Doubletree by Hilton, we believe in nice. Not your okay, fine, just being polite kind of nice, but a genuine nice. The kind that's contagious, that you can't help but take with you. The kind of nice you want to share with others. But don't take our word for it. Come for a stay and help us prove nice travels. Book at Doubletree.com.
Nowadays, more and more people are on the go. We are all busy with work and family. Clean Eats has a solution. At every Clean Eats location, we have grab-and-go coolers that are packed full of freshly made breakfast, lunch, and dinner meals. Whether you are a soccer mom, business person, athlete, or just someone that does not have time to prepare your own meals, Clean Eats has you covered. Our grab-and-go cooler will always have a wide selection of meals to satisfy you. Each to-go meal is priced under $7 to make our food very affordable. Be sure to stop and try a to-go meal. Clean Eats.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We move to the bottom of the 5th inning. We need to inform you of some changes. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Team One Sports. It's Haley Simons moving from first to the circle, and coming over to take first base will be Kaylee Carpenter, and that will be all for Alyssa Ball.
Yeah, look back at the day for Alyssa Ball. Good outing for her. 4 innings pitched, 4 hits allowed, 4 strikeouts. At 77 total pitches. I guess this far earlier in the season, they don't want to push their luck on her. See what they can get out of her. But if you're Tampa right now, Simons has been in the game. She comes in to pitch. you have to have a sense of urgency to try to score here and now. The fact that the Wolves just loaded the bases in the top of the inning, you know that their bats are starting to come alive, and you really want to get back into this game only being down by 1 run when there's 10 hits on the board between two teams.
Here we go. 1-0 Newberry leading Tampa as we enter crunch time. First pitch to Lauren Reyes is low. In her first at-bat, she went out to none. Ground out to none, that was in the second. E.J. Jansen waiting on deck. And the pitch skied in the center. There is Barney Castle making the play. 1 up, 1 down. What are you looking for from EJ here, Alex?
She did look to bunt her last time up.
Struck out looking.
Struck out looking.
At bat thus far.
Defense playing her to bunt down the third base side.
A 1 count. 1 out. Simons fires. In there for a strike. In the top of that strike zone. Just finding enough.
Very surprised, just defensively, that the outfielders just aren't starting to shade over even more down the left field side.
Misses away.
On all these right-handed hitters.
Taking a look at the breakdown for the Spartans. They've had to work. They're 4 for 15. Struck out 4 times. That 1 extra base hit by Balmer. Dug out that double. And the 1-2, Simons. She goes. Off speeder, got
change up, rung her up, and a little bit of a more rotational change up.
The Spartans have been a little bit off balance today. Have noticed that. Well, Lexie Chevallier, she struck out twice. She certainly do. Third time around.
Yeah, there's only so many different off-speed pitches you can see from your own pitchers.
Swinging away, first pitch, foul down the third base line.
When you start to have other pitchers from other teams throwing them at you, it usually takes, a week into the season where you're starting to read all those cleanly every time. Especially when you have pitchers with different arm angles, different heights, and different rhythms when they pitch. And that goes up high for a ball. But you look at the way that Simons is pitching, she loads up slow and then releases real fast. And that's just something that's going to need to be timed on that off speed, because she loads up slow, releases fast. It looks like the ball is going to come out fast, and if there's an all speeder, you got to see it coming all the way, really, before you make up your mind to swing.
1-2, 2 down. Chevallier hoping to extend this at bat against Simon.
On deck is Balmer.
Just gets a piece. Here we go, the 1-2. Skips to the plate. Long pause. Now setting fire. Missing inside, Simons. We got ourselves a full count with 2 outs in the 5th.
Simons wanted that pitch. It was a ball.
Bit inside. Pitch of the game thus far on its way. Foul. We'll do it again. Simons unleashes. And another walk for Chevallier. She has had such an knack for getting on base.
Second pitch there, although it was ball four, doesn't make a difference. However, went over the head of the catcher, Eden. And now with the runner on base, wild pitch would move the runner into scoring position at a pivotal time, and called strike there. Eden was a little bit out of position again. Able to snag it on the way down.
Well, looking at Simons, 5'11" senior from Pasadena, Maryland. Throws an off-speed one there, and that will retire the side. So Spartans go down.
Big smile from Simons there.
Moving to the sixth. Wolves holding on to a 1-0 lead over the Spartans.
For 42 minutes, he's been trying to bring an entire stadium to its feet. Why does he do it? For glory? Notoriety? We don't know. Frankly, we don't need to know. But much like this hero, Courtyard is all about the game.
Great, thanks. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We head to the top of the sixth inning. Hannah Davis takes a first pitch low from Mariah Galehouse.
Galehouse out there. That was her 73rd pitch. Should be able to go for the remainder of this game.
That's a strike. 1-1. So the Wolves clinging to a 1-run lead. Spartans have 6 outs to work with. That one is a chopper.
And that is off the glove of Phillips. Safe at first.
Be an E5.
And officially that's going to be an error on Phillips.
It's a tough play. High hop. Got a glove on it. And by the time she was able to retrieve it, too late. It's the speedy Davis. Here's
Davis
Baumhart.
gets over to first. Baumhart at the plate now. And again, 1 on, no outs.
Snap throw to first. Nothing doing.
Strike 1. That was the 3rd error of this game for the Spartans.
Phillips there.
And there's a throw down.
It was a good job by Chevallier backing it up. It was a good job there in right field to not allow the runners to advance.
Calling another error there on the throw. The 4th error of the afternoon now for the Spartans. Just as I mentioned, the 3rd one. 2 errors in the first game for Tampa. No errors in the first game for Newberry.
There's a pinch runner. Sydney Patterson taking over at second base, the junior from Easley, as Emma Price, freshman from Gaffney, at the plate.
So Connor, 6 errors now in the 2-game series for Tampa. Have not yet been costly, as Spartans have only given up 1 run.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, opening weekend to a certain extent to be expected, but at the same time, want to clean it up and just give yourselves the best chance possible. Well, the Spartans can get out of this. There's nobody out, but 2 runners on. Let's see if they can make a play. Is that one in there for a strike? Had 0-2.
The 2 errors now this game on Bailey Phillips at third base. We'll see. Coach Cantor going forwards decides to keep her at third, and that ball goes right to her. Short hopped, caught it awkwardly, and was able to make the throw over to first. However, both runners advance. Runners on second and third for Wagman.
Productive at bat, advancing the runners. Take a look at Morgan Wagaman, trying to get ready. Looks like we'll have a pinch hitter for Wagaman, perhaps. We'll keep you informed what Syria Triplet decides to do, the 8th-year head coach, Central Washington grad.
The defensive configuration for the Spartans is going to be something to watch as the season progresses. Emily Prophet, who we saw play on a defense in the 9-hole as the second baseman / pinch runner last game, is really used as that utility defensive player. She's going to play all different parts of the infield.
Kylie Barry, freshman from Bell, will pinch hit for Wagner.
So we'll see if going forwards, Phillips with 2 errors in this game will stay the starting third baseman defensively. We've seen her a lot a year ago as a designated player. She's also seen timed in field. Corinne Miner can also play over there at third. She's playing in center field right now.
And there's a strike. First pitch down Broadway from Gale House.
With an open base, I'd be interested to see if they bring in Barry just to lay something in on the ground and make a play at the plate for a tag.
They were thinking just along your lines there, Alex. They tried to force it. The bunt and runners in motion. Fouled out of play behind now 0-2. Expecting to see Barry swing the bat.
Crucial pitch here. With only 1 out. Strikeout would be huge for Gallhouse, and she grounds it. Going to be a play at the plate. Scoring is Patterson. Pinch runner does her job. Speedy enough to beat out the throw by Russo at the plate.
Fielder's choice. Runner scores 2-0 Newberry. Runners on the corners. We'll have a meeting in the circle as the Spartans would really like a hard hit ground ball on one of the infielders, try to turn 2. And as for...
It's an unearned run for Gallhouse due to the errors.
There's Reagan Glanz pinch hitting for Victoria Eaton. But yeah, to tack on some insurance runs if you're the Wolves would be ideal as they lead 2-0.
Russo would have been able to get the runner out at first if she elected to go there. However, wanted to keep it as a 1-run game, so threw it to the plate. Runner was able to score, and runner goes to second. Heads up. Base running there. Stolen base.
Yeah, she'll take the base on indifference. Nobody covering.
It's one of those moments where you have your first base coach just saying go.
Yeah, nobody there. Why not? Spartans playing with the infield in. They know how important that run at third in particular is. Runner at second now important as well, but this is essentially the game here in the 6th inning. Spartans can ill afford to let this one get away.
Goes for the bunt again.
And that's big because now there's 2 strikes, so the bunt in all likelihood off the table. But the 1-2
the
count
runner
on Glanz.
Yeah, but the runner moving over to second does eliminate the chance that the force at second and a second base. And a double play going to second and first. Now you just have the play at first and the play at home potentially. And that ball is crushed to center field, and it is dropped by Miner. 1 run will score, 2 runs will score Shirley. Play to third. She's going to be tagged out at third, but 2 more runs for Newberry. 2 RBIs for Glenn, who gets the double and is tagged out at third.
Glenn
crushed the ball.
Drives home a pair. 4-0. The Wolves looking good here, trying to sweep the Spartans in the doubleheader. We'll bring up the southpaw, Paige Meyer, having quite the day. 3 singles for Meyer.
The ball was in and out of the glove of Minor, officially a double and an out.
That will conclude the top half of the 6th, but now before Newberry strikes for 3 more, they lead 4-0 on TampaSpartans.tv.
Enjoy this ad courtesy of Mr. Empanada.
What do you get when you take your favorite food and stuff it inside a pocket of homemade dough? Cooked perfectly until golden brown. It's a mouth-watering empanada from Mr. Empanada. No one makes a better empanada. Take Ted Webb's word for it.
Almost as good as my mom used to make.
Check out our website for a location near you. MrEmpanada.com.
It's a tough inning defensively.
At DoubleTree by Hilton, we believe in nice. Not your okay, fine, just being polite kind of nice, but a genuine nice. The kind that's contagious, that you can't help but take with you. The kind of nice you want to share with others. But don't take our word for it. Come for a stay and help us prove nice travels. Book at DoubleTree.com.
Welcome back to the University of Tampa. Taking over for Julia Bombard in right field is Ashley Willis, junior from Lexington. Up at the plate for the Spartans, Corinne Minor.
0 for 2, fly out and the line out.
Haley Simons still in the circle. Newberry 6S away from the sweep.
Ball in the dirt. Let's see really here the character of this 2020 Spartans team. The 2019 Spartans were known for late inning rallies. 2019 led behind star pitcher McKaylee Dooley. The Spartans pitchers would go deep into games and pitching duels similar like we've had this afternoon, and the Spartans were able to come out with crucial victories, and the bats came alive in the 5th, 6th, and potentially 7th innings.
Do the Spartans have any magic up their sleeve? We shall see. Grounder foul at the hot corner. Diving effort by Hannah Davis. You mentioned how the Spartans, historically, last year in particular, they came up clutch. They played their best softball towards the end of the season, and what they were able to do was truly special.
As the Spartans team able to go to the South Regional Final in the NCAA tournament a year ago. Interesting that that play from Davis was still ruled foul. She might have touched that ball in the field of play. I'm not sure. Nonetheless, foul call still at the plate is Minor. 2-2 count, no one on. And when you're just trying to come back from 4, the first thing you got to do is get that first batter on base. Sounds simple enough, but to execute, it's a lot harder to do. Full count, and that one went way foul. Hit the top of our gym, so hopefully our Martinez Center is okay.
The 2-2. Simons is ready. And the pitch fouled down the first baseline.
Minor stays alive. in the 2-2.
Part of the lineup in the 7th for Newberry, 2-3-4. Barney, Castle, Nunn, Simons.
On deck is Gallhouse. She is 2 for 2 today on deck. We'll see if she remains the pitcher for the 7th. Will be an interesting decision for Coach Leslie Cantor.
So the count moves full to Minor. Spartans need base runners. They're down by 4. It's been an offensive struggle for the majority of the day. Now let's see if they got something left in the tank here. Last 2 innings. Skied foul into the parking lot. Watch out. Couple cars unscathed. No windshield damage. Here comes Simons. Outside.
Good
frustration
piece of hitting there, that solid at-bat, and she takes the walk.
And a great at-bat by Minor as Simons loses her. Here's Galehouse.
You know what they say, a walk is as good as a single.
They're both a base runner, that's for sure. Galehouse takes up an in.
2 singles today for her. She's also pitched 6 innings thus far. And a meeting at the mound.
Well, you were wondering if Simons' pitching in the circle may be coming to an end, and this very well could be the case. It may just be a chat where, hey, let's settle down, have a conversation. What do we want to execute here?
In relief, Simons has gone 1 full inning. She's thrown a pair of walks now to her 1 strikeout. Faced 5 batters. And in 25 pitches has 15 strikes. So the control is maybe a little bit of an issue, and what's going to be talked about in the meeting at the mound. I think it's more so just in preparation of how they want to attack Gallhouse, who's really not presenting herself as a freshman this game or so far this season.
And the 1-1 from Simons. That one is crushed into left field. There's a base hit. So 2 on, nobody out for Tampa.
Great
they
single.
maybe have something going here in the bottom of the inning.
3 for 3 day for Gallhouse. Brings up Maddie Farrell. Twice has put down sacrifice bunts. Now, with a runner on first and second and no outs, if the score was not 4-0 and this was still a 1-0 game, it would be the perfect opportunity to lay down one of those sacrifice bunts. You have to give Farrell the green light here to swing and let her see if she can bring one of these runs in and move the batters over the old-fashioned way.
She's ahead in the count, 1-0. And like you said, this is such a critical point in the game. Spartans need to get going offensively. Good chance to do so. 2-0 count on Farrell. Waiting on deck, Phillips.
Farrell with the only hit and RBI for the Spartans in the first game of this matchup. Now we're in game 2, and a lot of pressure on her shoulders right now, and she's going to ground it to second base. It's flipped over.
It's a good job by Farrell getting down the line to prevent the double play. Runners on the corners for the Spartans on the fielder's choice.
Fielder's choice flip from Wagman to Nunn.
We got a pitch runner for Farrell.
Mackenzie Allen.
Saw Allen in the first game pinch run as well. We still do have another inning to play, so the Spartans do not necessarily need all 4 right here. Strike for 1, maybe 2. Position yourself better for after the last inning.
With runners on the corner, really anything is open to play. Have the opportunity to do a base hit, will score the runner. Something deep enough will bring the runner in on a sacrifice fly, and sometimes just seeing one run come across is all you need to wake up the bats. But really taking Farrell out there and putting Allen in is that knowing there's going to be an open base at second in the force there, trying to get rid of that double play potential, as Phillips herself is not the real speed option on this team. But with her power bat, she's going to look to bring this game closer to a 4-run deficit.
1-1, one out. At first is Allen, Minor at third. Big at bat for Phillips. What can she do? On the move, Allen. She'll steal second.
She pounced on the off-speed pitch.
And I think she wanted to draw a throw just to see if maybe the Wolves make a mental lapse defensively. And the right decision there by Glantz to not even throw it.
So now 2 runners in scoring position for Phillips.
Oh,
goes back.
Watch out.
Pegs the pitcher in the gut.
1-4-3
okay.
RBI ground out. Spartans on the board.
Line directly back at Simons. Thankfully, she's okay. Good thing that ball wasn't elevated a little bit more than where it was.
So now,
showing the toughness, too.
Alexa Russo steps to the plate with Mackenzie Allen at third. Very valuable run, Alex. Looming there. If you can get it, you can make it a 4-2 game.
Two outs. Russo at the plate. If she's able just to get a hit, run won't score from third or get on base.
They're
Sets
playing
up
Alex's favorite
more
song
runs.
here in the booth?
Yeah. It's
just kidding. All right, so here's the pitch. That one hit from Russo to short. Throw from Nunn over to Carpenter to retire the side, but not before the Spartans get on the board. We've played 6. Newberry leading Tampa 4-1.
Spartans cut the lead to 3.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
This call to the bullpen is presented by Team One Sports. Southpaw Sam K into the circle.
Sam
Alex,
K
what should we
pitching.
expect to see from Sam K? You've seen quite a bit of her over the years.
Yeah, she's not going to blow you away with the strikeouts, but she's a good pitcher to come in and get a quick out like she does right there. The ground ball is going to be dropped. It's going to be an error.
I was just going to say she did a nice job fielding her position, the acrobatic spin, the throw a little bit high, and that was all it took for the drop. And yeah, I mean, we discussed it all game long, but the 5 errors, something to definitely talk about for the Spartans as they grow from this 2 games against Newberry and the 4 games overall that they played this weekend.
Small ball here, bunts it down nicely, no one covering second. Play it first. Job well done there by none. However, there should be 2 outs right now, and if you're a Spartans fan, you can kind of see that Kay just threw 2 good pitches. And
well, let's look ahead to the bottom of the 7th. Due up, it's Reyes, Jansen, Chevallier, 8, 9, and 1. And just taking a glance right now, if there's any potential pinch hitting opportunities here. Do you think that head coach Lexie Chevallier maybe goes to the bench?
Be interesting to see now that Sam Kay is in the game. Oh, runner going to third, heads up. What a job there. Called in by head coach Triplett. Says, hey, come over. Kaylee Clark over there at third base. Defensive substitution, and she wasn't mentally for the runner to advance.
First pitch off speed for a strike.
So it'll be interesting to see with Sam Kay pitching right now, if she would come in and rearrange the lineup, being inserted in as a hitter with her left-handed at bat, just something that Newberry has not seen at all in this second game. A batter lining up from the opposite side of the plate. Haven't really seen many balls at all tested down the entire right half of the field for both teams.
You mentioned that Kay's not a strikeout pitcher, but this is exactly what you're looking for, because anything put in play, opportunity favoring Barney Castle over there at third. As that one is looped, however,
out of play,
that'll be an infield pop-out, so that does the job. Good work by Kay, winning the battle.
Going to bring up Davis.
0 for 3 on the day.
Ground dog to second, a strikeout, and an error on the third baseman in her 3 plate appearances. But up now for her 4th time, the top of the 7th.
One and one. Pitch just a bit outside.
Maybe Coach Canner had heard me when I was talking about the fielding at third base. She put Kaylee Clark over there.
Skied, shallow left center.
High up in the sun, got to track it all the way, and Miner does.
Takes care of business. We've played 6.5. We move to the bottom of the 7th. It will be last licks for the Spartans. We'll keep it right here as we move forward, Alex. What must the Spartans do here? 3 outs. I think the most important thing is just one at-bat at a time, one pitch at a time. Don't try to overcomplicate things.
I agree with that. I also agree that these fans in attendance might come alive a little bit more after seeing that first run across the plate. As a fan, you know, you're rooting on your team. You don't see them score any runs in the first game after they put up 2 shutouts the night before. You come out expecting them to win again, and this afternoon's been tough sledding for the Spartans. However, they score that run there, give the fans something to cheer about, get somebody on base, maybe pump up the team with a little momentum, and it's a mentality mindset at this point. We saw that when Simons was in there, she was smiling after she was pitching, and we have a pitching change now.
This call to the
for
bullpen.
Newberry.
Ivy Hayes, sophomore from Chadbourne, North Carolina, coming in to get the save if she's able to get these 3 outs.
Yeah, 3-run lead for the Wolves. Save opportunity. We'll see how loose she is. Only really warming up in the last inning.
In your opinion, what is the differentiating factors and the separation, if you will, that makes a good closer from a great closer?
Oftentimes a good closer starts off with a strike. On every batter, no matter what the opportunity is, no matter what pitch is their go-to pitch, they're going to look for a strike first and always want to get ahead in the count. Also, something that you think of when you think of a key closer is they have that it, whatever it is, in one pitch. Doesn't have to be all of their pitches, but whatever their one pitch is going to be that strikeout pitch. And we've seen closers before, like we had Colton Widows on the men's baseball team. Not really a huge strikeout guy, but still just able to go back to his fastball and get the outs when he needed to. And we see a change up there, and just as we talk about, 2 pitches, 2 strikes, that change up, a little bit slower, a little bit more of an arc and a curve to it. So we'll see if she goes back to it again.
Hayes.
A little bit off speed again.
Punched foul.
Punched foul on the right field line by Reyes, who is 0 for 2 in the afternoon. Grounded out to short, flew out to center.
Defense playing straight up for the Wolves. Waiting on deck, Jansen. Misses low. One and 2. Hayes fires low.
It's a defensive substitution. Willis is out there in right field. In by the feet. Reyes avoids it, and it brings up a full count. Very, very important pitch here. She's going to go back to that off-speed pitch. She does.
Out in front was Reyes on the swing. We'll do it again.
Could feel a little bit more tenseness to the atmosphere as fans are just ready to cheer for a hit up in the zone, barely tipped off by Reyes. Reyes, a senior, really became a full-time player a season ago as a fielder, looking to get more hitting opportunities this season, and now has an 0 for 3 day to her name.
Pinch hitting for E.J. Jansen, the Ainsley Casillas. Saw her in the first game today. She came in off the bench, worked a base on balls. Spartans lost the first game 3-1. It's been a similar trend thus far through the first 6.5. 4-1 is the score in favor of Newberry. Spartans still have 2 outs to work with.
Spartans this game have left 6 runners on base. Strike call there. In the first game, the Spartans also left 6 runners on base. 5 hits in this game for Tampa.
The 0-1, Mrs. Lowe.
Just got to go hit the ball in play, and I think it's when we had 2 errors, I said whoever's going to win this game is just going to have the ball bounce their way.
Could
ball
be trouble.
Bounces.
Casillas, can she beat it out? She does.
And just right on cue, the ball bounces right in front of the shortstop. None. Short hops her, cuffs her up, able to corral it, throws it over to first, and Casillas does her job getting over to first base, and go back now to the top of the order. Lexie Chevallier, and Casillas comes right back out. Pinch runner comes back in. Emily Jansen over at first.
Infield single, getting the job done. Casillas. And now the Spartans giving themselves a chance. Get the top of the lineup. Try to get in the middle of the order. Could really benefit. Chevallier, a big cut. Fouls it off.
Chevallier had 2 walks in the first game. Also had a walk in the 5th inning, and with that walk, it's tied with her season total in walks from a year ago. So more maturity at the plate. 1-1 there, takes a ball. The key here for Chevallier to sit back, knowing that changeup could be coming like it is right there, and it's just a bit high.
Two and one. The count, E.J. Jansen.
See if she just takes all the way.
2-1.
Takes all the way.
So the Spartans, like we said, need those base runners. A walk would be fabulous. Get 2 on. Tying run would be on deck. And the pitch.
Inside, caught it early, over by the parking lot.
Count moves full. It was a good swing there by Chevallier.
Yeah, she saw the ball in, and it may not have been a strike, but she saw a pitch she wanted to swing at and went for it with that green light. 3-1, and that ball is down. Chevallier gets the walk. Great at bat by her. Brings up Steph Ballmer.
And more importantly, Corinne Miner, who's on deck representing the tying run. So if Ballmer can find a way to get on,
be the leading run if he could somehow get Miner to come all the way back in and score. But
so yes, Ballmer, this at bat here, this is the tying run at the plate. The go-ahead run would be Miner. So let's see if Ballmer can capitalize.
But I do like the approach by the last 2 Spartans hitters, letting the pitches come to them. If they see the ball, it looks like a hittable one to them, they're going to swing. But if not, just let the balls come in, see if they're going to be balls or strikes, and really make this pitcher work. Just like that. Let the ball come in high, 1-1. Picking up on the trends, I think this is going to be the off-speed pitch inside half of the plate.
And the 1-1.
Inside half the plate goes.
Jam shot caught by the third baseman Davis, and Tampa's down to their final out.
Well, she caught it and she stepped on the bag, so she dropped it. She could have just stepped on the bag. Worked out for her.
All right, so Corinne Miner. Spartans with their back against the wall. Looking to extend this game.
The last batter up. And just to note, after Miner, that's on the ground and safe. I don't think that none had control of the ball.
Bases loaded. So Miner on.
That was a hard hit ball to none. Hit her in the glove. She tried to catch it and dive and touch the base before the runner got there. I just think when she touched the base, she didn't actually have possession of the ball.
So Mariah Galehouse back in for Sam Kay, representing the winning run. Tying run at first.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see if Kay stayed out there and just had that left-handed at bat. However, with 2 outs, you have to put your hitter out there who's 3 for 3 with the power. 3 singles so far for Galehouse. Had a pretty good day pitching, but her day hitting has been great, and it can get even better with this at-bat with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, down by 3.
First pitch low. We got
really
Miner
pulled
at first.
That off-speed change up there.
Chevallier at second, Jansen at third. Yes, this is an interesting inning for Hayes. It started out going her way, but now in some hot water. Behind 2-0.
I think that the communication between her and Glanz, who's in there behind the plate, is a unique one, because we have where she's clapping her hands and
that one's hit the center. Does it fall? No, it does not.
That's going to be it. So they end up working out what pitches to go for, and Spartans, with the bases loaded, not going to leave 9 runners on base and only 1 run to show for 6 hits. But they're starting to put the pieces together there just a little bit too late. They're going to lose this game 4-1, but it's a good effort in the second game.
Yeah, Spartans fought valiantly, gave it their all. But at the end of the day, the Newberry Wolves were the better team today. They take both games and defeat the Tampa Spartans. With the 2 wins, the Wolves moved to 2-0 on the young season. Spartans fall to 2-2.
Officially, Newberry did get an error there.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stay with us on TampaSpartans.tv. Baseball action, top of the 7th. The Bobcats of Georgia College leading the Tampa Spartans 5-0. We're joining Jack Ike shortly. Alex, final impressions of the Spartans today. Let's start with maybe negatives. Obviously, the errors defensively you can talk a little bit about, and then talk about the positive takeaways that they can use moving forward as they have a big upcoming schedule in terms of games. Where they can really define who they are.
As a supporter of this Spartans team, if you're watching, or if you're watching to watch maybe because you support Newberry or one of the opposing teams in the SSC, we love when all the fans from around the conference get to watch the Spartans team play. You look at the stats, and that 5 errors does stick out to you as a big negative. However, with the errors made, the Spartans were able to fight through some adversity, make some key defensive plays when they needed to. Newberry themselves left 7 runners on base, but Spartans 9 runners left on base this game. 6 runners left on base in the first game of this 2-game series. That's 15 runners left on base to show for 6 hits this game, only 1 the previous game. However, just batting this runners in scoring position is going to be crucial. And just getting that mental where it needs to be, getting the momentum where you're playing in front of your home crowd, where traditionally the Spartans have been excellent and at Namoli Family Stadium. Whenever they lose a game at home, it's going to really be a learning experience for this young core group of players going forward, as they really just start to see, as Coach Cantor puts together, her ideal 1 through 9 order, and seeing Gallhouse and what I've seen from the young pitcher, exciting things to come.
Absolutely. And for the Spartans, they will take on the road. They'll take on the Blazers of Valdosta, Flagler, doubleheader in Wingate, and then they'll have 2 games conference play over West Palm Beach against the Sailfish of PBA. Then they come home, take on the Lions of St. Leo, Davenport, and the Tritons of Eckerd, as well as Wilmington. For Alex Kirsch, Connor Moore, thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next time. Newberry defeats Tampa in the doubleheader by the score of 3-1 and 4-1.